Hello and welcome to the Andy Plex, the podcast where we talk about films that inspire us with creatives, hear their journeys, their stories, and they get to pick movies that they want to talk about with me. This is episode 64, Death Proof. Today we have producer Anton Ace Bassey, whom I've gotten to be good friends with just for the last couple of months, but it feels like a lot longer. Welcome to the Plex. This isn't even your first time here.
No, it's not. But
and it will not be your last.
No, never. It's so great to be here. Thank you for having me,
dude. Ace. I know I just introduced you as Anton, but it's probably your professional name. I'm Andy Plex. My last name's Majorano, but I go by Plex now. We are who we want to become. We are what we want to see in the world. And what I want to see in the world is cinephiles, and you, sir, are one of the biggest and best I've met in my days. And you and I met late, was it January?
I believe so.
This year, 26. And we got to a really cool...
January?
I know. We've already been friends for feels like 10 years, but not in a bad way. Like, no. God, it's been a long haul. No, it feels like you've become one of my good friends. And
absolutely.
I think you're the man. And we met at Send Help at the Arrow in Santa Monica, with Q&A with director Sam Raimi, whom you and I are big fans of. Yeah. And not to take too much of your thunder away, but you are a Detroiter as well, which I don't think I made the connection that day. But I know Sam Raimi, and Bruce Campbell, I've read his book, and growing up, Chins Could Kill, they talk about growing up in Detroit. And
yeah.
Anyway, you're wearing a Pistons hat right now. Go Pistons. Yeah. They have a game today.
Oh, yeah. Orlando Magic.
And... Pepper wants to be in the show. Here's my cat, Pepper. Hopefully she doesn't... Oh.
I love Pepper.
Yeah. She loves her uncle. Okay, still recording. She didn't hit the off button. Yeah, man. So we met. We both got there so early, too. But I was like, screw it. Let's hang out. It's a beautiful day. Let's go to Santa Monica. I haven't been in the Arrow in a while. And I've never seen Sam Raimi live. And you were in front of us, we got there at, I want to say, 12 or something. And
at least it was so.
The show was at 6.
Yeah. And I just remember, I'm always asking myself, I'm like, who else is going to be there as early as I am? And sure enough,
12 days early.
Oh man, but you have to. That's what these event screenings kind of. That's what they demand. You have to get there early because
there wasn't a guaranteed seat.
No,
we had tickets, but through American Cinematheque. But yeah, man, we talked, and I think Tony Guzman, dear friend of mine, and he, I think, started talking to you, and then we were talking, and by the time it was showtime,
that day it was like 8 of you guys.
Yeah, we were rolling deep. Yeah, we were probably a little overwhelming. I hope we weren't too aggressive.
No. It was such a fun time that day. I had a blast. I really had a blast with you guys. Are you kidding? And here we are.
Yeah, here we are, man. I know, and you were like, "Do you guys like movies?" And we were like, "Yeah, man." And then we were like, "Oh, I'm going to the LF3 later this week." Blah blah blah. And it was awesome. We were off to the races. We became fast friends, and then shortly after that, we got together for another screening, and then you came over here with you and Mike and Tony.
Yep.
Mike Vieira, another friend of the show, gonna have Mike Vieira on very soon. Lighting technician on Mandalorian and Fallout, but anyway, he's a big horror guy as well. I know you're a big horror guy.
Yes.
So, yeah, Ace, you're the man. Quickly, tell us about, a little bit about your story. You're a producer. I've been spying on you on Instagram. You're constantly at it, making a video, breakdown. We ran into each other at Michael the other day. We didn't know we were both going to go. And then I got home, and you had already done, a video about Michael before you'd even seen it, kind of just giving you a little lay of the land. So lay it on us, Ace.
Oh, no, I've been here in Los Angeles for about 4 years now. And actually about 5 years now. And I love it here. You can literally watch a film every single day. And it's not just the blockbusters. It's
right.
What you have sitting on your shelf at home, the B-sides, the cult classics. So, yes, I am an actor. I am a screenwriter. I am a producer. I am a director, voiceover artist.
You have a beautiful voice, if I may.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
I thought maybe your last name was Bassey. Because of that beautiful Bassey voice you have.
A lot of people do. No, yeah, for sure. And I like I said, I love it here in LA, and I also created the Costa Street Studios LLC, We are an independent production company, and we have offices back in Detroit as well as here in Los Angeles. And we've been having a blast. Los Angeles has welcomed us with open arms, and every day there's always so much to see. There's always so much to discover, and also meeting people like you who love films just as much as we do, if not more. And when you're able to, just be with people like yourselves, it makes everything worthwhile, man. So, like I said, I'm happy to be here, man. I've been looking forward to this for a long time now.
Dude, thank you so much for the kind words. I feel the same way about you. Yeah, we came here to this kind of shrine to Hollywood, and well, it is Hollywood, but it's also a shrine to Hollywood, and films are time capsules. And I liked what you said about not just the blockbusters. Yeah, man, it's like you can go. I mean, yeah, we went and saw the new Sam Raimi, and we had a Q&A with him, and there's actually been times where I've been out at the Grove or whatever to see a movie, and the director was just there. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know. Like, it didn't say Q&A with the director. It's just we're so spoiled here. But that's why we're here, paying that rent, and not the cheapest cost of living. So
it's worth it.
We put the reps in.
It's worth it.
It's worth it, man. And yeah, I love LA too. And when you said you hadn't even been there that long, I was like, man, you could have told me you've been here your whole life.
It feels like it though.
Yeah, it does.
It feels like it, but I mean,
doesn't matter when you land, but we find
it helps,
our people.
Like I said, when you find your tribe, and I've been looking for mine for a long time now. So being here and being able to like really get your feet in the sand, and like I said, meet people like yourself. I mean, it makes everything worthwhile, man. You've been a stand-up guy. Truly.
Oh, thanks, man. You too. When I ran to you the other day in front of Michael, it made my week.
Oh no, man. Yeah.
I was like so.
That
pumped,
was fate,
man.
right?
It was, man.
That was fate, big time.
Yeah, man. I really, you're awesome. I've been following what you're up to. Good luck on all your endeavors. Let me know if I can help in any way. It's good to have you on the show.
We're just getting started.
Literally, we are. I know, for real. And I was like, as soon as I met you, I couldn't wait to have you on the show, and because whenever we hang out, we pretty much just podcast. We should just record it anyway.
Seriously.
And right before the show, we were talking about Bond movies, and we were like, all right, we got to do a Bond podcast. So
Daniel Craig, our love for Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig, yeah. Oh man, we can talk about anything. It's great. I know you're a big horror guy as well. Yes. Shout out to John Carpenter. You're a big Carpenter fan.
Yes.
And Halloween's your favorite horror, right?
Yep.
Yeah, amazing.
Yep. Halloween, and then Halloween 2, like 1A.
Yeah, I love 2, man. 2 is underrated.
Oh,
very underrated. I know. I like you said you watched them together, right?
Oh, absolutely, back to back.
Yeah, it's
to.
one movie.
You have to.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I always do too. Grassmeyer actually got me a 2 poster. It's hanging in the bathroom. But I love the skull face. Pumpkin.
For sure. Yeah.
I think that's my favorite poster actually.
Yeah,
I do like the original with the knife creating the pumpkin.
Oh, of course.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
But
genius.
2 is its own. I mean, they're together, but still they made it its own. Like Rick Rosenthal, what he did.
Yeah, Rosenthal's awesome. 7.
Underrated.
I love 7 as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anyway, we'll talk about. Here we are.
Look at us.
Yeah. I don't even think I've said the word Grindhouse yet or Death Proof. Well, anyway, I asked Ace a couple weeks ago what he wanted to talk about, and he, of course, gave me a brilliant answer I wasn't ready for, which was Grindhouse, which is actually 2 movies as a double bill. So we'll be biting off. I didn't want to do both in one episode, so you already signed yourself to a 2-episode deal. And
you got it.
I'm probably going to book you for like 8 more.
I love it.
If you're cool with that.
9 more.
I'll call your manager after this.
No,
but 20 more.
I told him to accept.
Okay, cool. All right, never mind. I will skip the phone call. We got it in, not writing, but in audio form, contract. So we're good to go. But I was like, oh my God, of course he said, I wasn't even ready. I was like, Grindhouse. And he's like, let's do all of it, and the trailers and all. So I was like, God damn, it's awesome. And then me hilariously forgetting, even though I did see it in the theater, but it's been almost 20 years in my defense. I thought Death Proof was first, so we're doing Death Proof first, but whatever. I guess in the order that they played, it was Planet Terror and then Death Proof.
Yeah, but listen.
Hey, whatever.
Death Proof. Let's do it. Why not?
Take me to court if you want to. If you guys want to. I've got great reps. So watch out, pal. barking up the wrong tree. But anyway, yeah, doing a little backwards here, but whatever. Death Proof, but we are going to do right away, probably next week if you have time.
Yes.
Going to book you right back for
plenty of time.
for Planetary, which I know I think is your favorite of the two.
Oh, yes. But still.
But still.
No, but.
Yeah. Anyway, not to get
Hey.
in the weeds with that, but yeah, they're both awesome.
Yes, they are.
So I'm so blown away by your pick. I rewatched Death Proof for the first time in probably over a decade yesterday, and it literally blew my mind.
Yeah.
And I'd seen it that was probably my, fourth time maybe that I saw Death Proof. So I saw it in the theater. Did you see it in the theater?
I did.
Hell yeah, you did.
I did.
Where did you see it?
So I took.
Were you back in Detroit at that point?
This was So Detroit. Let's see.
We're going back 19 years here. Let's get in the old time machine.
2007. So I was at that time I was living in Cass Corridor, in a section in Detroit near my old alma mater, Wayne State University. And
nice.
Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite filmmakers, one of my favorite directors of all time. I mean, I remember specifically going to see Jackie Brown. I believe it came out on Christmas, 1997, if I'm not mistaken. And
that sounds right.
I remember just my father, hey, after we opened up gifts.
You saw Jackie Brown?
Oh, absolutely.
God,
yeah.
So
No,
I'm jealous.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino, his filmmaking has had a profound impact on me. And so when I learned that he was teaming up with Robert Rodriguez to make this epic film entitled Grindhouse, I knew I had to be there front row, and I made sure that my roommates were there too, and they had no clue about the film. Some of them were just starting. So I was
true.
I was
going
a
back
theater
that
major,
long,
but I was also into a lot of film. So I helped my friends.
You're on the cutting edge there.
Oh, absolutely. And so I remember going there that night, and it was sold out. The theater was packed. But something,
hell yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Something funny happened. When Planet Terror concluded, a lot of people departed. I don't know if that was that same experience for you.
Oh.
Quite a few people in the theater left because
actually, I think you're right.
they didn't realize that it was a double
films.
feature.
Yeah.
And so I remember
they're like, oh, that was it.
like half of our row leaving. I'm like, where's everybody going? But I mean, I'm glad I stayed.
I remember that happening at mine.
Yeah.
But
I
was
also
in
saw
Santa
multiple.
Fe.
Yeah.
No, I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I think I did actually. You know what? I did actually get up to go to the bathroom. And I went to the lobby for a minute, so maybe that did happen.
Right. But it only happened once. Like I saw it multiple times.
I feel like most of
that.
my people knew that it was a double. It was called Grindhouse, but it was actually two features. Yeah, and I think this movie actually taught me a lot about this stuff. I'd like to say I was on the cutting edge like you, but I was a Tarantino fan. The first Tarantino movie I did see in the theater was Kill Bill 1. Mm-hmm. And then I did 1 and 2, and then I didn't even see Jackie Brown until like maybe 5 years ago. I've seen it now in the theater twice out here in LA.
Better late than never.
It's a masterpiece, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
And I absolutely think Jackie Brown is slept on, and it's criminal. But that's another podcast. But I love Tarantino, and I remember I went to film school in Miami, and I in 2003 I was there when Kill Bill 1 opened, and then I graduated, and with two other University of Miami alum film grads, my best friends Rick Galley and Rich King, two of my best friends, and we set off to go into the industry in New Mexico, or there at the time. There's a presence there, but we got to work on like Breaking Bad and No Country for Old Men, and anyway, it was a lot of us that you'd end up at the theater together. We'd run into a lot of people. Yeah. So I remember going to Grindhouse, and it was a thing. And we were like, yeah, Tarantino, and this is like the 70s, reincarnated and, hearkening back to that era of Grindhouse films. Yeah. But I think it really was this movie that actually gave me a big education. I had seen a handful over the years, I'd certainly seen a handful of 70s movies, and I was already like a big Texas Chainsaw fan and Jaws fan, and, there's Apocalypse Now and Godfather, there were big movies from the 70s. But I had seen a handful of like horrors, and I didn't realize what that was. But then when I saw Grindhouse, I was like, oh yeah, the trailers and the scratchy images and the missing reels and the way that kind of like suddenly it'll cut and it'll just be like crackly. But now, almost 20 years later, this feels like I'd always been there, but have the New Beverly and I have the Vista, both owned by Quentin.
Yeah.
You get those like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you get those trailers in the beginning, which is so fun to see trailers for old movies.
Big time.
That they're usually going to play or they're going to offer in their curriculum. So it just feels like church. Even Tarantino says this is a church for filmmakers. And then always on film is the New Beverly motto. So you're only going to see
one of my favorite theaters
film projection
in LA.
Absolutely.
I had the opportunity of seeing Uptown Saturday Night with Sidney Poitier, Harry Belafonte, and Bill Cosby. It was part of a double bill. And then right behind that, they played Superfly with Ron O'Neal.
God.
Oh, and that just...
What a treat.
In experiencing both of those, a double bill in New Beverly, it's about as close as to the Grindhouse experience as you can get. And,
for sure.
And
it usually is a double bill, like you said.
For sure.
Yeah, that's how they book it. And then there's trailers in between. And so they copied the whole thing, yeah. The flavor. And
that's... So I grew up, believe it or not, I grew up on blaxploitation films.
Mm-hmm.
Like my father had me watching Truck Turner with Isaac Hayes.
Great movie.
Across 110th Street. He had me watching Sheba Baby, Coffee with Pam Grier. So I was
Pam Grier.
Yeah, Jackie Brown. Yeah. I was already accustomed to like seeing these
she's in one of the trailers,
films.
Right? Yeah. One of the Grindhouse trailers. Yeah.
And
amazing, Jackie Brown.
when I heard about Grindhouse and I heard about what Tarantino and Rodriguez were getting ready to, I couldn't purchase my ticket fast enough.
That's awesome. You were already on the cutting edge.
Oh man, I and like I said, I told my roommates, I'm like, listen, these films because I showed them a few blaxploitation films. I'm like, if you like these, you're gonna love what they're doing with Grindhouse. And I didn't give them too many, spoilers or anything.
Yeah.
But
you just left it at that.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, I'm going. Come with me.
Right.
Yeah.
And we went to the theater and
see it for yourself.
By God, one of the best film going experiences of my life.
Damn.
The trailers were the icing on the cake.
They were, man. They were.
Just what was it? Edgar Wright with don't
look up. Don't.
Based on the campy 70s British,
Yeah.
Horror films.
Yeah.
And then you got Werewolf Women of the SS.
Rob Zombie. Yeah, and Rob Zombie's gone on to make very exploitative films with The Devil's Rejects, obviously harkening back to the 70s horror, very much Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
You could argue that House of a Thousand Corpses is kind of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I think that's undervaluing it. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I actually got to see House of a Thousand Corpses 3 years ago with Tony, with Rob and Sherry Moon in the theater.
Oh, nice.
It was a crispy film print at the Arrow again, where I met you. And Pepper's reaching out to be on the show.
Oh, for sure.
I got to give her a mic, little cat mic.
That's right.
You said exploitation, so blaxploitation, but I guess for you, what does that mean? Because I think that's what Grindhouse really means. So it's like a exploitative movie is
gratuitous violence. Gratuitous. So to describe it the way Tarantino described his experiences.
Okay.
First of all, it starts off in these, as he describes, dilapidated theaters where you can tell the carpet's a bit worn.
Yeah. And the New Beverly is a little run down,
but that's part of its character.
Way. Yeah,
that's part of its character.
It is.
And that's why we go.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my favorite goddamn theater. I love that I live 2 miles away from it.
Yeah, no, the New Beverly, just the inside, everything about the interior reminds me of the Fort Wyoming back in Detroit. It's a drive-in theater. Okay. It just has that mom and pop feel. Right. That intimate, just
lived in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so,
so that is that what the Grindhouse is? It's like a house, like the house, like.
It's these theaters that play these films, these B budget, B level films. Yeah. Like lots of violence, sex, drugs, all that good stuff.
All the fun stuff.
In a decent enough plot to be budgeted. Yeah. And made.
Oh, some of these are my favorite. Some of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and seeing them at the New Beverly. And you said you saw Grindhouse at the New Beverly.
Also
later.
Yeah. Also, yeah. It was Grindhouse.
So cool. I need to do that. Because I know they play late at night. I've been making my way to more of the midnights. I'm putting my shoes on and trying to take a nap and get a coffee like around 11 and I just saw Tenebrae a couple weeks ago. The Dario Argento. I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
And you could argue that his movies are exploitative, because they're very emphasis on the violence, and even Tenebrae is actually kind of a meta Ouroboros where it's like about a horror writer, and they're like, oh, you're right, women as objects just to be murdered, and he's like, you don't get me at all, and that's actually Dario talking about himself, and apparently he had a crazy fan. So I feel like there's this meta-ness to these. Mm-hmm. And then, Eli Roth Thanksgiving, which we finally got. I actually am a big Eli Roth fan. I wasn't then. As I didn't understand he was making these kinds of movies, and I didn't get it. And Tarantino too. And I think I just like Tarantino more, but I don't know. I was like, Eli Roth is just Tarantino's this like pimp, and he's so lucky. How do you get to make movies? They're not even that good, you know. Now I'm a massive fan. I've seen him talk about I've seen him talk on like Joe Bob Briggs, Last Drive-In. Yeah. He's such a fan of these movies, and I love that they're both in it. They're both in them.
Oh, for sure.
What do you feel like you gleaned in this watching now? And then it's hard to kind of compare time, and the first time you saw a movie that impacted it then.
Do you know where this film took me to? Like, I watched it just like you. I watched it again. I watched it actually this morning. I watched it last night, and I watched it the day before that.
Oh, hell yeah.
It immediately took me to Psycho. And the reason being is because there's just like Psycho, there's this big setup, right, where we see Death Proof took me right to Psycho because
one of my later questions is this movie a slasher movie? Anyway, might be touching on that now. This is great.
Yes, it is, because it starts, it's all about the dialogue. We see, just like in Psycho, we see this affair between Sam and Marion, and we learn more about their lives and what's going on, and that it just adds itself to the plot. We see this affair, and we're kind of chewing on this relationship before we even get to the rest of the plot. And that's kind of how it is in Grindhouse. We see these friends, they show up.
And Death Proof,
and we're hanging out in this bar. It's a birthday, and we have all of these things going on before we even begin to lay eyes on Stuntman Mike, the same way, before we even lay eyes on Norman Bates.
Anthony Perkins.
And in my opinion, Tarantino does a great job building that suspense.
And how it's a two-partitive.
Absolutely.
It really is a two-partitive film. And just like in Psycho, oh my God, because you're with these ill-fated gals, and we get so much of them. We get so much of their life, and it was so novel in 1960. My God, going back 66 years. Yeah. And honestly, seeing that movie on the big screen, it doesn't feel of its time.
No.
It feels like that movie could have been made last weekend.
Absolutely.
It's so well made. It's so brilliant. Oh man, this is great.
It's the tension. It's the tension that's built. It's the suspense. Tarantino does a great job with pacing. He does a great job with the dialogue and letting that take
the powder keg
all the way to Stuntman Mike.
Building.
But it's the car that you see lurking in the shadows. We know something's afoot.
Right.
We know something's
Yeah, even
up.
the lady sees like, it's your car. I don't know. I don't trust you. You always get the lap dance. From the first group. Yeah, man. And the crackling dialogue. I love saying crackling dialogue. One of my favorite YouTubers, his name's James Hancock. He always says it's got crackling dialogue, and I didn't chance to say that, but that's truly how to say Tarantino. His dialogue is second to none. You can listen to people talk about wiping their butt with toilet paper, and it's just so fucking riveting. It doesn't even matter, And I love the specificity, referencing people that aren't on camera, the witty quickness of it. And what I like about this is, it's about ladies. And I also heard him say that it's a chick flick. He wanted to make a chick flick, and I don't really know what that means. Does that mean a movie that chicks can go to love, or does that mean it's sappy? I used to think it meant like it was kind of a sappy movie, but. I just saw Wuthering Heights in the theater last month, and I think I was one of 4 men in the theater, and that movie was brutal as all fucking hell. And if that was a chick flick, then God save me, I don't think I can handle it anymore. Holy crap, that ripped.
Yeah.
So, but I think what he meant was he wanted to make a movie for ladies, and you could argue most of his films are pretty male heavy. There's some great female roles. I mean, Kill Bill is a revenge story about a woman. So here, I think we have, it's not a revenge story because the first group gets totally whacked. And it's a little bit the disconnect. Like in Psycho, you get Janet Leigh's character, and we spend so much time with her, getting to know and love her and care about her, and then that shower scene hits, and you're like, God damn, and that never happened before. I think that threw a lot of people off in the theater. They did not see that coming.
No.
Like, if you're gonna spend that much time with the character, and get to know them so well. And we were literally in her head. We were hearing her voice, her thoughts, her dreams, her visions. And you start to root for her, You're like, fuck the man with all his money, They come in. Fuck them, dude. And you're on their side. And then she gets iced. And you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Man, it's brilliant. Brilliant analysis, Ace. Yeah, and so we meet Stuntman Mike. We know he's a creep. We know he's up to no good. He's funny. He's charming, which is a trope of great killers.
He does have a way with the ladies. He manages to make contact.
Yeah, and I actually do want to talk about him a little bit. Since we're on him, did you like Stuntman Mike? Do you like him, like as a person, not as a well-rendered character? He's beautifully rendered. I can't help but love him, and I think you love Norman Bates in Psycho too. And I think it's a statement about killers. Sorry, I'm not even giving you a chance to answer.
No,
It's terrible. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this because, and I actually had this thought last night when I was watching it, and then you said Psycho. Now I'm like, my brain's exploding because it's another killer. But I hear this about killers, Dahmer and Gacy and these guys. They're charming, they're fun, they're charismatic, they're usually handsome. And that they lure, in Dahmer's case, it was men into his web. They get you to go along for the ride. Literally here, they get you to get in the car. And of course, Rose McGowan is like, I don't know, but you didn't mention this. He's like, well, you're the one that actually.
Yeah, I was going to say,
giving you a ride home or whatever.
Yeah. He always puts the onus on her. He's like, wait a minute, I didn't ask to give you a ride home.
Yeah,
you said you needed one, and I'm here to help.
Yeah, and I have this car.
Right.
And then there's an homage to this is why I think the movie makes me like him, and I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's a slimy piece of shit, and I don't condone his actions. I guess I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm not like I don't like his.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, I'm glad he gets his.
You can find great qualities in the villain, right? You can listen. When I went to go see American Gangster with Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington, I rooted for Frank Lucas. Make no mistake. God. Even though I knew they were going to slap the bracelets on him at the end of the film.
Oh yeah.
I rooted for Frank Lucas the entire time.
And
I think the thing about Stuntman Mike is, I think he's very transparent to a certain extent, right? He's just a guy in the bar. He's eating nachos. He's actually not really looking to get involved with anybody. He just found an opportunity to, quote unquote, be a good citizen.
He's sober.
Right? Which I think helps.
I'm a teetotaler. I was like, and I learned what that meant.
It helps the ladies kind of lower their guard a little bit. He's not in here being sloppy.
Yeah, he's not.
And he
seems like a gentleman.
Does he seem a bit quirky? Yeah, but they all have their quirks.
Yeah, and the homage to the era with the stuntmen.
Yeah.
So he's a stuntman, Mike. He's a stuntman. He's name dropping these shows and movies, and no one's heard of them. And I like that. It's like Eli Roth and Quentin Tarantino be like, I never heard of that, which is great because that they did. They of course they grew up on that shit. But what I liked about him and I think that there's an endearingness to him feeling kind of a lost out of time.
There is.
And even Eli Roth says, he fell out of his time machine, which I love that line.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like making fun of each other, like behind the scenes and talking shit on each other, which is hilarious. And then, he really did kind of fall out of a time machine. But there's that moment where he's like, oh, that show and that show and that show. Mm-hmm. And they're like, sorry. And he's like, oh, really? Never heard of these? Darn. And I think that's an endearing moment for me. And I think maybe in general that he is this kind of out of time relic of another era. And it's fitting that he uses his weapon as a maintained version of this relic.
Yeah.
And that's also a mirror with later they're hunting for that 1970 car. Mm-hmm. I should look up the names of the cars. I don't know if you know the specific names of the cars, but the second group of girls, that end up getting them, are like wanting to do this daredevil trick on a 1970.
Yeah, it's called. What's it? The Devil's. I'm seeing the scene in my head between Zoe Bell's character and Tracy Tom's character, because she's telling Zoe, she's like, "Hey, wait, you told me that we are never ever to do this again, but she,
Devil's Cross or whatever.
but she talks her out of it, and which, in my opinion,
you're right on the hood of the car, strapped,
and
you're like, "Ugh."
I think she deep down she wanted to do it. She just sometimes you need friends to kind of like pull that out of you.
To push you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the Tracy Toms as Kim?
Yeah.
In my opinion, was Tarantino's avatar here in girl form.
Oh yeah.
And even later, she's like, "We're gearheads. We know these cars." You know, you're like, she's kind of a tomboy. I mean, she's cool as hell. She's super confident.
Yeah, they're all pretty sporty, aren't they?
They all pretty sporty,
but
except for Mary Elizabeth Winstead's kind of the outsider. And she's literally dressed as a cheerleader because she's like, they're all in the business.
Yeah.
Another foil to him.
Yep.
Right. They're actively acting, and they all, I guess, for different circumstances, get a few days off. So they're like, road trip, girls trip, and we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna say we want to buy this car, and we're gonna take it for a test run, and then, lo and behold, Mike strikes.
You gotta love these group of women though, because I didn't
even think of the show business parallel. Actually.
They're so completely different from the first group
gang
of girls that we are introduced to, and you can tell just from the dialogue that they have within the car to the diner that these women are they're not. They're not weaklings. They're stunt women. They're active in the industry. They probably change their own tires. They're really strong women.
Yeah, they know cars and
and you can hear that through the dialogue. We hear it through with Kim. We see it with
Kim's kind of the alpha of that group.
Yeah.
Whereas sorry, what was her what's her show name on the billboard?
Jungle Juliet.
Jungle Juliet. She's probably the alpha of the first.
Oh,
group.
she absolutely. Which is why Stuntman Mike, when they're outside, when the rain is coming down, when it's thunderstorming, in my personal opinion, that's why he approaches her, because she is the alpha. And if I can go over and kind of disarm her a bit,
win her over, then you've got the whole group.
There you go.
Yeah, the leader. I love that they took that crackling Tarantino dialogue and applied it to women, because it made them real. And women are like men. They're not just like damsels in distress waiting for the guy to call. Well, they're out with their friends. They're talking. They're going to a movie. They're sitting in the diner. They're having that banter.
The dialogue in the car is about, like, at least for the first 5 minutes, it's nothing but sex.
I know. Yeah.
But the way in
with
which
like men that we have never actually meet, but you get to like visualize these like off the page characters.
Yeah.
No, that's really well said. It's about sex and like, oh, she can break him off a piece. No, we just want to hug or whatever.
They're just down to earth women.
They're down to earth. They're real rendered people.
Yeah.
And I know it shouldn't be like, oh yeah, well, women are people, but like coming from a guy that maybe you could argue is a bit, I don't know. I think later that dropped, but I remember in the beginning it felt like it was a little, chauvinistic, I guess, or this era might be a little chauvinistic towards women, or especially like the Grindhouse slashers of that era. Women are usually the victims, but plenty of men get iced, and if you look back, like more than half of the kills are probably men getting killed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that holds water, but I think this is a girl movie about empowering women. The villain is a man who is what I like at the very end, pretty emasculated when they get him. When he's out of his car armor, he's kind of a weenie.
That's exactly what he is.
He's like, oh no, and when he gets shot, he's like, oh god, it hurts so bad. And then like later, he's like, oh, I was just kidding. He's so like.
It's like when Bane gets it, when Batman is taking it to Bane in The Dark Knight Rises and he loses his mask. It's
that's great.
It's that point when the villain is, you're getting chinks in the armor and you're breaking them down. Yeah, he does get his karma in the end. Yeah. And I think that's part of the
when he doesn't have the protection of the death proof box around him anymore.
You take the villain away from their you take their superpower away, and they're nothing.
Yeah.
They're just another. And
they're just pathetic. You know.
I think Tarantino made
He's
it
a
a
free.
point.
He's a pussy like stalker killer like, and he kills with his car. He doesn't like even use a
Right,
knife
it's that part too, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't come and like choke these women, or
right? The car does
like
all the
that.
work.
Yeah,
yeah, and then he pretends at the with the cops, and even the one cop's like, I can't prove it, but I think he's a homicidal maniac.
Yeah.
He just uses a car instead of a gun or whatever. It's such a cool idea. But I think you do kind of love him that he is this kind of like relic of the past. Obviously he's a stalker killer and he's terrible. And it's a catharsis revenge. Let's get him. And that moment where they're like, let's go get him. And they're like, yeah, let's go get him. And they could be like, no, we just survived a harrowing, let's call the cops and tell on him. And maybe that would have been enough. But no, they're like, we're going to go kill him.
Right. And that's the beauty of it, because essentially Stuntman Mike underestimates him. Underestimates the women. He just thinks that he can just do whatever and they'll get scared.
Yeah.
And then
they're
they'll
just dumb girls, whatever.
That's what he's used to.
Yeah.
Which is why
he met his match. They know cars. They're literally like hunting this car down so they could do this crazy daredevil stunt.
Yeah.
Where they hold to the front. The Australian lady, and then she's like, I said I would never do it in Australia. That didn't apply to here. And they're like, loophole. But then she's like, all right, fine. They're like, come on, it'd be great. What could go wrong? Yeah, and I do want to get to the kills a little bit, to go back to what you said, the gratuitous violence of Grindhouse.
Absolutely.
That kill scene.
Yeah.
The Rose McGowan one is brutal.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And it's painful, and it's coming. He's like, oh well, you know she's screwed once she gets in. And he's like, well, to have the benefit of this car, honey, you got to be sitting where I'm sitting. And he like smashes the brake after going really fast, and she smashes her face. Doesn't kill her right away, which is actually kind of harder because she's like, ugh, she has to like suffer for a minute before she passes. And then the second where he collides with the rest of the gang, where he turns his headlights out and just comes from the opposite direction, they're smoking and drinking, having a good time, catches him. That is such a brutal crash. That is probably the best crash I've ever seen in anything.
Yeah, it's so brilliant.
It's so brilliant, and I love the multiple cutting over and over again.
Oh,
yeah, the
seeing how every
vantage
girl
point. Rewinding it and playing it again, rewinding it and playing it again.
You can't escape the horror.
The tire on the face. Shout out to Greg Nicotero, who did the effects on this. Greg Nicotero, who's Walking Dead fame and was friends with George Romero, R.I.P. And Greg Nicotero, who spearheaded the new Creepshow show, and I've seen him. I've run into him. Actually, I saw him at Horror Nights, and then I saw him with Eli Roth that same night.
Yeah,
I saw him chilling in Sherman Oaks, or whatever, at a cafe. And I love Greg Nicotero; he's the man. He collaborates with Sam Raimi a lot too. And
for sure.
But anyway, I saw his name on this, and I didn't realize. But yeah, the dummy stuff they did with the blood here, the practical stuff, was so effective. Seeing that tire just crush that face as it drove over it. Seeing the leg stuck out the window.
Detached. Man. Seeing the girl fly from the front seat.
Yeah. Car crashes are brutal. And I like slowing time down. And they say, I've actually been in one, and there's a stereotype, there's a cliche, they say that time slows down when you're in a car crash, and it really does.
Yeah, I've been in a few.
The way they, geez. I'm glad we're still both here.
Both of us,
unscathed, of course, mostly. I feel like there's even like lines in movies where I was like, oh yeah, people die in car crashes all the time. It's like, what's a few people getting killed by a killer or whatever. I think that was a line from Zodiac, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
And you're like, yeah, it's such a banal thing. We get in our car and we drive. Yes, we have seatbelts now. I guess we didn't for a while. That's good. Airbags, measures taken, crumple control, all that. Car crashes are like violent as all hell.
Yeah. What I like the most about that sequence, again, tying it back to Psycho, when we come to the shower scene and we're seeing the swipes and the stabs of the blade and going back and forth and seeing the blood
still
drop, the horrifying screams, and then the silhouette of Mother just... Yeah, that's what the crash scene reminded me of. Just seeing Like when you see the stabs and the knife going back and forth, it's the tire going across the face. It's the leg becoming detached and flying out the window.
It's brutal.
It's the lady. It's the girl coming and flying from the back seat, being through the windshield,
launched out,
airborne.
Yeah.
Those are the stabs from Psycho. That's how Stuntman Mike. That's how it's a slasher. That's it is essentially his car working as the murder knife, and those are the like just the horrific wounds that are left behind.
Brutal.
So it's an amazing sequence, and it's by far it might be my favorite
kill sequence.
Yeah, of Death Proof. How Stuntman, he's just like a bat out of hell.
Yeah,
headlights off, and they have no idea.
Just hit them like a hammer.
They're just kittens, like just with their heads in the clouds.
Oh my god, I know. And the build up, they're like all like, they're like, oh no, look.
I feel so bad for him because
and then he gets off because they like had a puff of weed, and of course it had nothing to do with the weed, or the drinking.
Also find this point very interesting. Death Proof actually happens before Planet Terror in chronological order. The one single piece of evidence to let you know that theory checks out. Actually, I'm not going to say it. We're going to save it for.
Oh my god, because I don't remember.
We're going to save it for the next one. But I'm going to remind you when we talk about.
I love it.
I don't want to say it just yet.
I love that. You're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know, actually. Yeah. That's really cool. Okay.
Because I want you to know. But,
now, we'll have Ace back for Planet Terror very next episode, if you're down.
No,
if I don't want to come off too possessive here, too controlling.
Oh, man.
Just come over every day.
I'm here.
Yeah, man. We got to watch some flicks, too.
Oh, yeah.
It is a slasher movie.
Yes.
It is a revenge movie. I think it is a chick flick in that it's, empowering.
There's so many tales that you can take from it.
Yeah, and he's got the whole little his diary.
Yeah,
Yeah, how full is that diary? How many women has he murdered like this? How many? It begs the question. This is the tip of the iceberg. What we see, how many people has he slain?
That's a really
or terrorized.
Good question.
So it feels like he finally got what he deserved, and seeing them just absolutely have him on the run, like. He's like, oh no, oh god, leave me alone. It's like he's such a weenie at the end. And it's so cool to see Kurt Russell, play this type of character because he's usually the good guy. He's such a, he's such a like stand-up American hero. He's kind of like a John Wayne. He even sounds like John Wayne in Escape from New York. He's kind of like doing sure, there's the anti-hero for sure, but you love him.
Yeah.
And he's sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
But, so you could say he's like an anti-hero, but he would never... I think, is this the only time he's like a bad guy, quote unquote, that I can think of?
I want to say, because...
I mean, I think he is the Thing at the end of the Thing, but that's another series of podcasts, probably.
Into that too.
Yeah.
For sure. No,
but,
McCready. Yeah, no, I think what I love the most, especially towards the end of Death Proof, is that they don't make it a point to have the ladies try to come and take a brick and smash his windows or try to like crack his windshield or do any damage to his car.
Right.
They literally take the time to pull him out of the car.
Yeah. Get out of your pussy armor
and take what's coming to you
and take your hits.
It's a classic tale in someone not being ready for the reply.
Yes.
I think Stuntman Mike he was ready to just write these women off like whatever. He's probably got a book full of those kind of stories.
Yeah.
Just scaring women, having his way with them, and them running and scurrying off. And then this one occasion
they got him
where he met his match.
Yeah, he met his match and they were not, they were already doing like a very dangerous stunt normally, They have this sick car, which, obviously the cars are a big part of the movie.
Yeah. The driving scenes.
The driving stuff.
The chase sequences. It takes you right back to the Grindhouse era.
Oh my God, yeah. I just saw, for the first time, Confession, which is cool in the theater, was Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh,
1977.
Oh, the Trans Am.
Yeah, the Trans Am, and man, I was thinking about that a lot yesterday when I watched Death Proof. I don't know if I would call that a exploitation movie, but maybe you could. I mean, it's kind of just like a funny car chase movie about a guy who's bootlegging. The plot is very simple. Like, there's a truck with a bunch of cores in the back of it, and then the bandit, played by oh my god, help me out. Burt Reynolds. Thank you. My brain went out. Burt Reynolds is helping basically be like the helper car to get this car across this truck full of cores across the border, and then Jackie Gleason plays the like disgruntled sheriff who's like tired of this guy, and it's so much fun. It's such a simple hook, but it
feels a lot like Dukes of Hazzard, right?
Dukes of Hazzard, yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. And then I think they call Stuntman Mike Cannonball Run. They're like, hold up, Cannonball Run, whatever. And I did grow up with that one.
Yeah.
Another Burt Reynolds. Yeah, I just felt like it was a nod to that era.
Yeah.
And the car stuff was second to none. I mean, the car chases were, especially that second one where they're doing the stunt and then Kurt Russell comes after him. And then and then they turn the tables on him.
Yeah, that
car chase is unreal.
They wanted to make a point to have it like no CGI. Yeah, they wanted to be as straight up.
Oh my god!
As it can, yeah.
I know they were probably driving slower and doing tricks and stuff like that, but that's just shit seems straight up real to me.
It was. That's how they used to be. I'm remembering the chase. There's a specific chase scene in Truck Turner with Isaac Hales and Nichelle Nichols. And
Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek.
Oh,
Uhura.
Oh yeah. Oh, have you seen Truck Turner?
Never.
Oh, we gotta watch Truck Turner.
Shoot,
it's Nichelle Nichols.
I have a Uhura doll right over there next to the Enterprise.
Oh, it's like you've never seen her before.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
I won't even give any spoilers away. But there's a chase scene that actually they filmed it right off of Wilshire. As a matter of fact, Truck Turner was filmed in L.A.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, when we watch it, you'll see all the street signs.
That's happening so much now that I'm watching movies again. Now that I live here, and I'm like, oh my god, that's right down the road. I had lunch, and then I grew up with that movie, and they're like in Terminator 1, like, yeah, it's on Pico. You're like, oh my god, that's freaking right down.
Oh, for sure.
And it's trippy now being here, and then seeing a lot of these movies as a kid or growing up, and then now rewatching them, you're like, it's all here. It's great.
Right, or the opening of the Terminator when they're there at the conservatory.
Yes. Right.
You're so familiar with it
Laundry
now,
day, nothing clean. This guy's
didn't even know what the conservatory was, but now it's like, oh man.
Yeah. He's looking through the telescope and all.
Yeah.
He smashes the glass on it.
That would have been fun. Imagine Los Angeles, 1984.
Oh God, I love Terminator 1.
Oh man.
I mean 2 is great too, but
no. Do you consider 1 a horror film?
I do, and that's why it edges it out for me. It's grittier. It's scarier.
Yes.
All right. I think we've probably touched on this a little, but for you, Ace, what do you feel is the point/moral/lesson of Death Proof?
I just mentioned at least one of them. Be ready for the reply.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the huge.
Be careful before you poke the hornet's nest. Or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. You have these cautionary tales that especially if you can turn on the news of, there was a robber attempting to, do something to a citizen, but little did they know, the citizen was also, they have a means to protect themselves. And the next thing you know, the robber or the assailant gets their, comeuppance.
Yeah.
Plenty of cautionary tales like that. And I think that Quentin took a very plausible premise and did justice by it. And also, I think what makes it just easier to really like sink your teeth into is that they are women.
Yeah.
And that you do,
it's preying on women.
Right, yeah. Right. It's that aspect of it, and especially in a day like today in 2026 where you hear of women coming up missing, you hear so many cases of women being followed and this, that, and the other.
I know.
So
I know my heart goes out. Some of my women friends will be going out and the cat calling, and it's a whole different world for them.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of things just as a man that I take for granted.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm 6'2", 6'3", 250. I can go and walk to the car by myself in the middle of the night. I can go here in the night. I can, because I can do that. That's a certain type of privilege. And
right.
So,
For sure.
I think what Quentin wanted to say with this is that even with that kind of privilege, there's there's a price to pay for bothering someone who wasn't bothering you.
It's satisfying as the viewer to see Stuntman Mike get his, and it really is. And when Rosario Dawson does the like heel slam, at the end,
like
and
she's
his
Chung
face
Lee.
just-
Yeah,
and you know, another Greg Nicotero dummy, you know, but it's so well executed. That's like the last shot. And you're
I
like,
love those moments.
yeah, and you're like, you know, they're not letting him off. They're killing him.
And
He's fucked.
That I think that pays homage to like the first group of girls. You know, unfortunately, they weren't able to survive Stuntman Mike.
Yeah,
but these women were.
Yeah,
and we see them deal with him in grand fashion.
Yes, really well put. Oh man, that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Was there any other film that you thought maybe he didn't mention that you were like, oh my god, yeah, like he's directly?
I know specifically in interviews he's always mentioned Vanishing Point.
Vanishing Point, yeah.
Yeah, big time, and just I know.
I think it's one of his favorite films.
Yeah, I think he started talking to a few stunt people shortly after Pulp Fiction. He said randomly right around that time he purchased a Volvo, and so
he was already starting up.
Yeah, he met some guys, and they said they just happened to mention. He said, you could take that to stunt people, and they could practically turn your car and make it death proof, and like that.
And that hit him. What a great name.
Oh yeah,
Death Proof.
Oh yeah.
And what's great is his car might have been death proof, but he was not. And
but which is why it's brilliant.
Fate caught up with him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Death caught up with him.
Yeah. I love the fact that they didn't try to blow his car up. They didn't try to
It's really well said how you said that earlier. Like they're not like fuck your car. They're like his car is. It's like you said. You take away the armor or whatever, and most of the time killers are.
It's just a man.
Usually weak.
Yeah.
Not weak in strength, but like they're preying on people and taking advantage of them. They're catching them off guard in disadvantaged moments.
Yeah.
You're not walking up to a guy in the bar who's taller than you and be like, "Let's go, bro."
Right.
Giving him a head start. You're sneak attacking.
Yeah, he's a stalker. He's a lurker.
He's a stalker. Yeah, and he finally met his match, and it's so satisfying to see. And yeah, I really think that's the core of it. And I think one of the reasons I love Tarantino so much is because he does make movies for him. And I know people that don't like Tarantino use that as an argument against him, that he's masturbatory or whatever.
Just all of these films that Tarantino and Rodriguez provided in the 90s, I think there's strong sentimental attachments.
Yeah.
Especially, like I said, for me with Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown is my favorite Tarantino film.
Oh wow. Yeah, and it's so good, man.
It's
unbelievable.
It's just first of all, I need to reread Rum Punch by Eleanor
Leonard.
Yeah. Because
author.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant,
Yeah.
and just I think Tarantino did an amazing job in just adapting that for the screen, and just the cast.
I didn't realize it was an Eleanor Leonard, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah, the cast: Michael Keaton, Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Forster, Bridget Fonda.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Pam Grier above them all.
Yeah.
And even Chris Tucker.
All right, he is in that movie.
Yeah, as Beaumont.
I forgot he was in that movie. Oh, here's the car alarm. Let me shut the window here.
Man,
gave us so much time, actually.
No, for sure.
Here we are in LA. I need to get sound padding here. Soon I'll upgrade it. I've padded walls. Yeah, man. I think like I said, I think it's been used as a criticism, but I don't take it this way. I love Tarantino. My show is first off, it's not a review show. By the time the film has been chosen, it's because we're obsessed with it and we love it, and it's a celebration. Yeah. What lessons do we heed from these tales? And so I think getting to see a master at work do a film that gives the masters of his day that he drew from credence in a meta way with Grindhouse, him and Rodriguez, and the other directors we mentioned, all the trailers. which are amazing, and they're all nailed it. And they all have something to say, no matter how short. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's powerful.
I don't mind filmmakers. I don't mind directors making films for themselves, because I feel that a part of that is also creating and making films that you want to see, things that you were inspired by.
No, they say that, make what you want to see.
Yeah,
that's otherwise it's boring.
Yeah, that's what. That's
not that I'll make one for the studio and then one for me. Like
Writers 101 is writing what you know.
This
is what they know.
Yeah.
And we weren't around for the Grindhouse era, but boy, do we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think through their filmmaking, we can get as close as possible to that era without actually having lived it. But I'm pretty sure some of the same vibes and some of the things that they're trying to convey to us, we get.
Oh, we get, man. Yeah, and in a way, we are still being raised by it. And if you have a chance to go to I think the indie theater is on the rise, not just in LA. Sure, here we're spoiled rotten, but like you said, any time of the day we could see a movie.
Any time of the day.
And in fact, when you've decided to do one, you've having to say no to other things, because there's only, you can only be one place at one time. Sadly, for now, we're working on.
We're working on
that.
We're getting there.
We got some scientists, crack scientists on it, but yeah, I mean, I think the independent theater is on a rise in general. I'm hearing more about, even back in Delaware. I'm collaborating with a theater called Theater N. That's an independent theater that's been there for 20 years or so.
Incredible.
And we're partnering up with them for some film festivals. There's other ones. Go out and see a movie. I think I've just read that we're almost at very, very close to pre-pandemic box office right now.
Wow. So
when people say it's dead and it's over, you can tell them they're wrong.
Yeah.
And that's not true. No. Sure, streaming is here, and it is here to stay, and I use it all the time. And sometimes you can't, look, I'm not saying you're horrible for streaming. Like, streaming's great. It's just another tool. But the theater experience, going to the theater, doing it, it's special. And guys like Tarantino and Rodriguez, they're doing something that is for the love of the game.
The movies are concerts for cinephiles. The movies are concerts for cinephiles, basically.
Damn, that's well said.
You go just like you go to concerts, and whichever artist you're watching up there on stage, the lyrics, the stories behind, it's the same thing with films. There's the plot. That plot was developed from experiences, whether it was the director, the producer, and we go to the movies to laugh together, to cry together, to be scared together. It's
a powerful
experience. To have these amazing experiences, to go on these journeys together, whether it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, to go in a film like Dune or Oppenheimer. You're going on these quests with these people to the left of you and to the right of you that you don't know, journey. But what? For that moment, we're all together. We're all in this together, and we're all having this experience together.
It's a communal experience.
And how many times do you come out? You're sharing laughs with complete strangers.
It's great.
You're seeing people wipe their tears just like you're wiping your tears. It's a communal experience. It's an amazing experience, and I highly recommend anybody go to the movies. If you don't go often, start going often. There's something to really take away.
There's nothing like it.
Oh, nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
I mean, I built a little bit of a movie theater here in my apartment to kind of give a somewhat of a simulation. But
big fan of this place.
Oh, thank you so much. We're a fan of you as well.
Big fan.
It's good to have you here,
man. Seriously,
you're a big get for us.
No, man. It's
Me
amazing.
and Pepper, we love you.
Oh, man.
You're welcome anytime.
No, man, this is great.
But yeah, go to the theater and I want to see Grindhouse again. Like I said, I went back in 2007, but I see now that I'm in Warrior into more midnights. It looks like it's kind of playing a lot of the midnight screenings. But I'm going tomorrow night to the Vista, which is also now owned by Tarantino. It's the big sister to the New Bev. Beautiful place.
Yeah, that place is nice.
It's so gorgeous. Jack Black's always in the bathroom, no matter what time of day. I've been hanging out with him almost every time I go there. It's crazy.
No,
he's such a cool guy.
So
you can tell he's
fun.
Just a big movie nerd.
New Beverly and and Vista Theater, they have that. It's just that old school single screen.
Yeah,
first
one
come,
screener.
First come, first serve type
right,
seating.
Right, first come, first serve, yeah.
Which prompts you to get there a bit early, especially for concessions because you
That's
always
my
want to
favorite
have a
part.
good seat.
Yeah, to get there early, hang out, and you start to see a lot of the same faces. And then I feel like I always make a new friend every time I do it, and
yeah, you do.
It's so fun, man. And then just the whole like the shorts before. Sometimes they play like a Looney Tunes or a Casper or a whatever, and then into the trailers. Usually stuff that's on their curriculum, but it's just so fun to see these old trailers.
Even the old advertisements at New Beverly when they like go get some nachos or like the popcorn and the pop.
That's great.
It's
I love it.
So classic.
I love it. It's all part of it. And what I also love is that they are dead serious. They will ban you for life, and they relish in it if they see a phone come out in the middle of the show. And they think that they consider once there's a moving image on the screen that's not the color wheel, show has begun.
Yep. If
that phone comes out,
yep,
you're done.
Yep.
Your kids are banned.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
future
generations.
I
love that, and I found that it's actually kind of trained me. And look, I'm as ADD as the next guy. I got my phone in my hand. I'm reading about 15 things. I'm on Instagram, and we're all probably a little overstimulated right now with media. But there is something about that. Put the phone away and just experience it, man.
Yeah.
Like just
as you should.
Just live it.
You paid your hard-earned money.
Yeah, you paid your hard-earned money. Now enjoy it.
You can scroll your timeline at home.
Yeah, exactly. So I find myself. I mean, I have AMC A-list. I can't recommend it highly enough. I know you're on there. Like,
for sure.
Get one of these passes. I think it's a really good deal.
I'm also a big fan
people
of
say,
the
it's a little expensive to go to the movies, and if you don't have the pass, it kind of is.
Yeah, get the Regal pass too.
Yeah, Regal. I know. I've been at a lot of Regals lately. Like I just said, I saw Smoking the Bandit. I saw April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Regal's kind of been killing the old stuff. I'm closer to AMC's here. I have the Grove right here. I'm going to City Walk a lot. Those are probably my two big ones. But I was at Burbank last night to see Blue Heron, which was a beautiful film that maybe I wouldn't have gone to see like a drama if I wasn't A-list. But now that I'm kind of just trying to see everything and have a nice, well-rounded diet of everything, and that movie hit just as hard as any horror or thriller. Powerful drama, 90-minute. I can't recommend that one highly enough. It's not an easy watch, but an important movie about important things.
Wow. What's it called?
It's called Blue Heron.
Blue Heron.
Okay. Yeah, lady director. Came out last year, but it's only playing at the Burbank right now. It's the only place I could see it.
All right.
Yeah, my good buddy Chase Offerly, he's going to be on the podcast soon. He's been on before. Actor, hell of a writer too, and good buddy of mine, cinephile junkie. He told me about it, and this is twice in the last couple of weeks. He's like, "Hey, you want to see this movie?" I was like, "I haven't heard of it. Let's go." I did that with this movie called Exit 8. This Japanese horror. Was guys trapped in a Tokyo subway station, can't get out. I guess it's based off a video game. So he's kind of like caught in a loop. Same guy with the briefcase walks by and you can't interact with him. Anyway, go to the theater and do
movies.
it.
See plenty of movies.
Ace, this has been just amazing, man.
Oh, man. Are you kidding?
I'm so grateful I have you back next week for Planet Terror.
Oh, I can't wait for us to get to that. Oh,
to round it off.
Buddy.
Was there anything else you wanted to add or say?
Yeah, support the arts. Go to the movies.
I'll have your also your handle. Sorry to cut you off. Your handle in the literature here on the episode bio, but I'm sorry, DaCosta Street.
Yeah, please visit
Studios,
DaCostaStreetStudios.com or nope, just DaCostaStreetStudios.com. DaCostaStreetStudios.com. That's DACOSTA StreetStudios.com.
Perfect. Yeah, man. I know you've been cooking up a lot of fun stuff.
Hopefully we can cook up some fun stuff together, man.
Oh man, we are right now. This is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Ace. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week for Planet Terror. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Pepper, thank you for not hitting the off button. I know you were hovering.
Let's get the win tonight, Detroit. What up, though?
Let's go, Pistons. Good night.